First of all, I'm really glad and happy to see that and witness about all different kinds of people and all different kinds of industry involved in a space, because just 10, 15 years ago, space is only for an astronaut. And in space related, they only think about the rocket, that's all. But nowadays, they're thinking about the biology, medicine, and data, AI, and machine learning, even cryptocurrency, all different kinds of things are combined in a space. And then we got to know that a lot of application happening from the space technology and space data. So I think it's a great opportunity for a country like Korea, especially we don't have a huge infrastructure like Russia and US have a big, huge rocket, and then great amount of the money to keep burning in the rocket. It's really hard to overcome the entry level, but thanks to having those variety and diversity in space industry, there's some kind of opportunity and a lot of the kind of entrance and some blue oceans happening. So I'm so glad to be part of them, and then I really want to encourage more people coming in and then more diverse happening in space. Actually, there's a lot different kinds of training happening, but as you heard today, a lot of things happened in the past. We can take advantage of those past technology to get better and better and better. So during my training, I also thought like that, because a lot of unnecessary training happened when we don't know about space well. But thanks to all those kind of former senior astronauts, those training became optimized. And I don't have to do all unnecessary training, like Right Stuff movie, they have a lot of training. And Russia, they had a lot different kind of training, but they just pick which one is really necessary, which one is not related with the space flight. So that's really grateful to be an astronaut after the 50 years history of the human space flight. And on top of that, but most memorable and toughest part is survival training. Not only sea survival, but also mountain survival. It's not a technical thing, it's more like a mental and physical. So that is purely on the human, no matter how good technology happens, because survival training, we assume that there's no technology at all. Because at some point, you landed in the middle of the mountain, maybe your radio is not working, maybe your GPS is not working, nobody can find you. What if we have a power outage? What if we cannot fly the helicopter? What if I landed on the North Korea? Then you cannot fly the helicopter. You cannot fly any kind of things at all. So all those kind of primitive things is more impressive than the high technology thing. Yeah. So not only as a Korean astronaut, but also as a Korean citizen and Korean person who grew up in Korea, I feel so jealous about these kind of things happening, because when you check the YouTube or some kind of TV thing, when the Endeavor move from some place to other, and they go to all those big streets, and then every single kids and people coming out and they watch the Endeavor, and they so welcome the Endeavor in LA area. And think about that, kids who grow up watching the Endeavor on the street, or kids who grow up never had any astronaut program, never have any space program at all in their country, their vision is totally different. So when I was a kid in Korea, we don't even have a science museum. And one small science museum I still remember in my hometown, they only have several photos of the frame of the constellation, that's all. They don't have any toys, they don't have any rovers, and they don't have any kind of even anything. There's no kind of hands-on project at all. But nowadays, all the kids, they build the rocket, they launch the rocket, and then they just kind of playing with the rover, has a simulation and AI, all different kind of thing. So it's really grateful and blessed. And nowadays in Korea, a lot of kids grew up watching the NATO rocket launch, KP-HALO flying, and their future is totally different from mine. I even dare to imagine how's like their future. But in the same time, I feel so pity for them, because they have a lot of resource in front of them. They cannot blame about the short of the research. They cannot blame about short of the technology. But anyway, most important thing is please enjoy whatever you like. And please go for the place you feel so curious about it. Don't feel pressure from your parents or peers. Even if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. But some point you should think about it. Do I really don't like it, or did I really push enough? Because as far as you push enough, you don't know it's yours or not. So when I graduated from my business school, I spent 20 years in engineering school and then entered to the business school. And I feel like I don't like it. But at some point I realized that, what if I push more and study more? Then I became more curious and interested in, then maybe I like it more. Because if you don't know about it, you cannot like it. So you should study and digging it and research about it. And then you can decide if you like it or not. So be patient. Even if you don't like it, you better study. And then you will pick which kind of subject is your favorite. Because before studying, you don't know which is your favorite subject even. And then whatever feels so curious and interesting, just dive in and try it. Because nowadays, a lot of resources out there. You can learn how to build a rocket from the YouTube. You can learn how to communicate with the satellite through the YouTube. And then you don't have to even go to the college. So sorry about that. You cannot blame the resource. But enjoy and feel free to try. And then you will find your North Stars.